Hi, I'm Nate with Average Jack Archery Pro Shop and Range here in Phillipsburg, PA, and today we have a beautiful brand new bow from Athens Archery, the Vail 38 for 2024. So Athens is one of the flagship brands that we carry down here at Average Jack Archery, and it is my personal brand of choice. I really like all the different options they have. The Axis new for this year, and a 31, 33, and 35-inch axle to axle, and the Vail, which is the new target bow. Now last year I shot the Peak 38, which is the little brother to this bow, or should I say very similar brother, almost a twin in a lot of regards, but we'll talk about some of the differences as we work through it. This is in the brand new mallard color, this beautiful blue here from Athens with white limbs. It is in 70 pounds, and I'm going to be shooting it at a 31-inch draw length. Now, speaking of the cam, this cam on the Vail goes out to 34 inches of draw length. So even if you wanted to get it in any of their colors, it does not specifically come just in target colors. You can get it in black and their camos and their other earth tones, and you can shoot this as a hunting bow, in particular if you have that really long draw length. It comes with two, or should I say, the draw length works off of two different modules. You have the shorter end of the spectrum and the longer end of the spectrum. Me at 31, I'm in the longer end of the spectrum, going out to 34 inches there. And that is true of all of their bows, not just the Vail, but also all three of the Axis models. Just like the Peak last year, we have the integrated bubble leveling system, which is really nice for getting your first, second, and third axis done on your sight. I haven't done that yet. I just have all the accessories on this bow as it stands. I shoot in the bow hunter class, hence the short bars, but just in a little bit of time that I've been playing with this bow already, getting the peep height probably figured out, D-loop on and all, yes, of course the colored accessories. I'm very pleased with how this bow is already starting to shoot. You have the ability to adjust your let off from 70 to 90% right on the module there. It's a rotating module and a sliding piece of the module that allows you to adjust that let off. So right now I have it between 80 and 85. The cam allows me to do that, and I'm shooting it at 31 inches of draw length. That's feeling really good in terms of length, because you can basically have infinite cam adjustment with this bow, which is really what we target archers really prefer. I could shoot this at a long draw length, but then I could shorten up that stop up to 70% let off and have the right feel in terms of length, but then I really have to pull into that back wall. Or if I want to feel like I'm holding nothing, I can run at a shorter draw length and put it at 90% let off, right? So I'm kind of in between there, but you could run on either spectrum and have a target bow that's suiting exactly the needs you want. So like I said, I'm shooting this bow at 70 pounds, although it's going to come in a variety of different draw weight ranges in the limb. 70 pounds, a little bit rough for indoor, but I did want it also to be my 3D bow come this spring and summer. And actually I've been shooting 70 pounds very well on my Peak, and I'm assuming that I will do the exact same thing here with the Vail. We have a little bit of a different riser geometry compared to the Peak of last year, although the length is still the same. Mass weight is very similar as well. We still have two stabilizer bushings here on the front side of the bow, so you can choose to run your front stabilizer higher or lower, and same thing here on the rear. I have my rear bar mounted in the lowest stabilizer hole. We also have the option of both a Picatinny sight rail, which I have removed in order to bolt on a standard target bar, and also an integrate system. So if you want to run like the new IMX2 from QAD, or if you want to try to run a Hamsky with that close Matthews bracket or something like that, you can really get it on there, and particularly in the QAD line, the R2, the IM, the IMX2, all those will fit really well. That is not only on the Vail, but it's also on all of the hunting bows. So really quickly, I just want to draw this bow back and kind of give you a feel for the draw cycle and where it stands. We'll have a separate video with this and a whole bunch of other bows from the Athens lineup in regards to their speeds and their cam efficiency, but I just want to show you the Peak 38. When I got it last year, I was shooting at 60 pounds, and it felt like nothing. When I bumped it up to 70 pounds for 3D, it also felt fantastic. I want to show you the Vail 38 here. Last thing I totally forgot to mention, the Peak 38 had a 7-inch brace height. We see a 7.5-inch brace height on the Vail. So that is going to cut just ever so slightly into our speed number, but in a target bow, that long brace height is something really to be desired. I like the 7-inch brace height on the Peak. I'm assuming this 7.5 and I will get along even more swimmingly. Draw cycle wise, this is 70 pounds, and it's it's nothing. There's absolutely nothing here. Now I said I had it in like 82%. It comes off super cleanly there. I mean, just 70 pounds, and I can talk the whole way through it, and there's no hump and dump. It's just super clean. I'll show you the shot, even though this target's super close. just super quiet, a little bit of vibration, which is to be expected out of a 38-inch target bow. But yes, I absolutely love the draw cycle on the Peak, on the Vail. This is long gone are the days of spiral cams on the old, tiny little wheels. Such low let-off numbers. You can really get this to feel to shoot like your hunting bow and have an absolute shooter and a screamer of a target bow if that's something you want indoors and out. Now, last but not least, here's something, of course, to mention that you might notice on the side of this white limb here is the AccuTune system, and that is the red dial here. And I'm going to have a whole video on breaking down on tuning this bow and actually getting it set up. But what we have here in the AccuTune system is the ability to take this bow to the range and shim it without a press, right? So if you're familiar with like the Bowtech deadlock technology, that's exactly what this is basically around. The Bowtech deadlock is on the outside of the limb. Athens has patented their technology on the inside of the limb. So all it is just a loosening up of a set screw, sticking in a 1/4 inch Allen key here, and you can literally, while you're on the line if necessary, right in front of your paper tuner, you can literally shim this cam back and forth. I have not played with it yet on the Vail. That's why I haven't been able to film it for you yet. I'm going to start playing with it today. I'm going to play with it in the future. And I want to show you how we can get stuff like, big fat aluminum arrows like these 27s that I'm taking to Lancaster. You could take to Vegas. You could shoot an open setup down to 23 diameters, 22 micro diameters. I mean, you could really get your bow, not just the Vail, but also all the Axis line have this on them as well, the AccuTune system. You can get any of those bows now with that to shim, and press and tune out any type of build you want. You want a lot of FOC on a micro diameter, you want a really light FOC and a really fast, blitzkrieg type of 3D arrow, you can make it happen. Not that it was a pain in the butt to shim, don't get me wrong. I've shimmed every single bow from Matthews, Hoyts, Elites, back before they had, when they had shims, PSC, Matthews in their top hats, right? So it's not uncommon to have to shim a bow, put it in the press, but have the technology now to do it at home. You can be your own bow tech, or even me as a shop owner helping somebody work on their form and tuning their bow with them. I think on a target bow like the Vail, this is icing on the cake. So that's all for this video in kind of the unboxing first impressions review of the Athens Vail 38. If you have any questions on the Vail 38 or any of the Axis or the Elevate or the older Vista lineups from Athens, please feel free to reach out to us down in the description below. You can catch us on Facebook and Instagram at AverageJackArchery. You can always email us at averagejackarchery@gmail.com. And of course, you can always leave a comment right here on YouTube. Hope you're able to get outside, enjoy the sport of archery hunting if you so choose. Definitely enjoy God's beautiful creation. Punch a few holes in paper while you're out there, and we'll get to see you next time.